All right. What is going on? I Coach Nutrition family. Welcome back to another episode of I Coach Nutrition Radio. Today's topic is going to be all about essentially the importance of prioritizing your health for you, right? And this conversation, this podcast topic stems from a conversation that I had with a client earlier today. And she made such a great point. She was talking about, somebody that she knew who was in her family, and is somebody that is obese, and has struggled with her weight her whole life, and she is sitting now currently at about 350 pounds and has tried every diet under the sun. Currently right now she's doing another fad diet, one of these that you literally just starve yourself. You eat 1,200 calories a day, 1,000 calories a day, 800 calories a day, and you lose a significant amount of weight. In this case, she's lost 75 pounds. And some of the family members were reaching out to my client, saying, hey, I think that you should really, be praising her and celebrating her success and all of these different things. And look, I mean, she's all about that. She wants to, obviously be positive and be happy for her and celebrate her success. But in the back of her mind, she knows that the method to, get these quote unquote results, in this case, these short-term results, were unsustainable, right? And so unfortunately, she's going to go through the same exact process that she's now gone through her whole life, which is losing a whole bunch of weight very quickly through an unsustainable, method, only to just gain that weight back, and typically gain that weight back plus more. And so the topic that came up is, she said, I've realized the importance of doing this for me, right? At the end of the day, so my client isn't necessarily trying to lose 100 pounds, but she did have goals of weight loss and improving her overall body composition, feeling better, looking better, performing better, improving just her overall confidence, and really developing nutrition into a skill set not only for herself, but for for her husband and for her boys as well. And so she made such a great point, and one that I want to share with y'all, which is, she's realized that, yes, of course, it's nice to get compliments from people about, hey, you look great, like, what are you doing? Those types of things. But ultimately, the point that she was bringing up is that this relative, she's looking for that outside, what's the word I'm looking for? She's looking for the outside praise, if you will, right? She's doing it for other people rather than doing it for herself, right? And so if you think about, in your journey here, this is why I can't stress it enough, that you have to establish not only a goal, but you got to understand, establish and understand, why is this goal important to you, right? You've probably heard me say it before. If you've been listening to this podcast, for a while now, I've said, you can overcome any how that comes your way if your why is strong enough, right? And this is one of the biggest missing links for so many people, is they just don't have a strong why. They have such a superficial why, or they're doing it for the wrong reasons, or they're doing it for somebody else. I see this with husbands and wives all the time, right? The husband or the wife is only working with a nutritionist. They're only trying to lose weight because their spouse wants them to, rather than doing it for themselves, right? And look, I'm not saying that you have to lose weight. Like, for some people, they're happy with, being overweight, being obese. I'm not here to judge, okay? I want you to be happy ultimately. I know that being at a healthy body fat percentage, being at a healthy weight, it's going to improve the overall quality of your life. Like, I know that to be true, but I'm also not here to judge you, okay? If you're somebody that is like, you know what, I'm happy, I might be considered, overweight or obese or whatever, but it is what it is. I'm happy. I'm not going to, I don't want to change my lifestyle. I'm not here to judge you. Like, your life is your life. You have one life. You have one opportunity to live your life. Who am I to judge you? Okay. But I just thought it was definitely a point that should be shared, in that, it is extremely important, regardless of the goal that you're working towards, to make sure that you're doing it for you. Now, you can be motivated for other things as well. Like, for me, like, a big part of me living a healthy lifestyle is not only for myself, but it's also to be an example for my family, right? To be an example for my clients. I want my wife and my boys to see me living a healthy lifestyle. I want them to see me prioritizing my health. I want to be around as long as I possibly can. I want to see my boys grow up. I want to grow old with my wife. I want to see my boys' kids and be a part of their family and be an extremely active grandfather one day. And that motivates me. I also want to be very involved with my kids. I want to be the dad that is playing all the sports, going snowboarding, going mountain biking, doing all the things. Like I want to be the fit dad. I don't want to be held back by my physical capabilities. And so that's a long, long game I have to play here. I've been doing this my whole life. I've been active my whole life. Living an active lifestyle has always been a part of my life, and I have to continue to prioritize that for the rest of my life. But ultimately, I'm doing it for me. I always say you have to learn how to be selfish so that you can be selfless. And so even though I am selfish in the regard that I want to be able to do all of these things that I want to be able to do, I want to live pain-free, I want to feel my best, I want to look my best, I want to perform my best, right? I'm also doing it for my family. I'm doing it because I want to be there for them, right? I want to lead from the front. I want to lead by example. No different than with my clients. I don't want to just talk the talk. I want to walk the walk. I pray every single day that God inspires me to inspire others to live their best life. And so I would encourage you to really ask yourself, what is the goal that I'm working towards? And why am I working towards this goal? Am I doing it for somebody else? Am I doing it for somebody else's approval? Am I doing it for somebody else's praise? Or am I doing it for myself? Because I promise you, if you're doing it for yourself, right, then it's all going to be worth it in the end. And yes, is anything worth having in life? Does anything worth having in life take hard work to achieve? Absolutely. But that's what makes it worth it once you actually accomplish the goal. And for some of these goals, these aren't things that you actually ever accomplish. Like if I want to live a healthy lifestyle for the rest of my life, I don't really ever achieve that goal. It's a lifelong pursuit. It's a forever play. It's a game that never ends. But, I see the value in it. It's important to me. And I know that I only have one life. I only have one opportunity, one shot. I want to make the most out of it. I want to become the best version of me. I don't want to be 80, 90, 100 years old and have regret. I want to be able to truly say that I reached my God-given potential in life. And I want to constantly pursue that day in and day out for the rest of my life. And so I've seen this happen in so many of the clients that I've had the pleasure of being able to work with. I see this in this individual that I had the conversation with this morning. And I'm just so incredibly proud of her. I'm so incredibly proud of all of the success that she's had and the results that she's gotten and her mindset. But give the credit where the credit's due. This is her putting in the work, right? I always say, look, I could be the world's leading most expert in nutrition. I could give you the absolute perfect plan, but I can't sit here and hold your hand. Like you have to put in the work. If you want results, you have to put in the work. I'm going to be here to hold you accountable. I'm going to be here to support you. I'm going to be here to give you the education and the tools that you need, but ultimately you have to put in the work. You can't just pay to get results. You have to do it day in and day out. And if you're not doing it for you and you're just doing it for someone else or for something else, and you don't have a strong why, then ultimately you're going to end up making excuses as to why you can't accomplish your goal. I always say, there is either a belief or a trait or a skill set that is preventing you from being where you are today and where you want to be. Going from where you are today to becoming the person that you want to become. So it's up to you to identify that. And it could be multiple things, right? So in this situation here with the one that I had mentioned, for her, she is seeking this outside approval from her family members. She wants to be congratulated. And look, congratulate her. But it's just one of these things where if you've lost 100 pounds 10 times in your life and you've done it through these crazy diets that are out there and these crazy diet programs that are out there and these weight loss pills and these weight loss surgeries, and ultimately you just gain the weight back plus more, and you keep repeating this cycle over and over and over and over and over again, it's the definition of insanity. Doing the same thing over and over and over and over and expecting a different result. So break the cycle. You deserve more than that. You deserve to live your best life. You deserve to feel your best. You deserve to be confident in your own body. You deserve to look your best for the season of life that you're currently in. You deserve to perform your best in life and to live your best life. You deserve that. But depending upon where you are, you're going to probably have to work your freaking ass off to get there. Because anything in life worth having takes hard work, takes discipline, takes sacrifice, takes willpower. And sometimes you got to ask for help. Sometimes you got to be vulnerable. You got to be transparent. You got to be open. Sometimes you need accountability. You need support. You need the education. You need the tools. And that's where you bridge the gap. That's what one-on-one coaching can do. That's what I've done for so many of my clients over the last 10 years. I've worked with over 1,000 clients one-on-one. Confidently, I can say over 1,000 clients one-on-one. And I myself have also worked with probably 15, 20, 25 coaches between one-on-one and in sports and group setting. Like, I've worked with a lot of coaches myself. I believe in coaching. I currently have a coach right now. Coaches need coaches too. All right. So I won't keep ranting on this subject, but I just want to remind you that it is extremely important for you to make sure that your goals are not just goals that you're trying to accomplish for other people, but that you're trying to accomplish your goals, right? There's nothing wrong with doing things for other people and having other people be a why, a motivating factor for you. But you ultimately have to make sure that you're doing these things first for you. You have to be selfish so that you can be selfless. You can't pour from an empty cup. And the more that you can prioritize you, the more you will be able to help others become the best versions of themselves. The more that you will lead from the front, the more that you will inspire others, right? And the more that you will be able to not just work and reach your God potential in life, but you will help and inspire others to do the same. And in my opinion, that's what life is all about. You have one life, you have one opportunity. Go out there and live your best life. Don't waste time. You never know when your life is going to be over. Okay? All right. Love you, fam. Let me know if you ever need anything. Let me know if you ever have any questions. And yeah, I truly wish you the best. All right. Until next time. Thanks, guys. Bye.